So you can start twisting side to side and making sure you're getting the whole body moving with that, right? So you want to twist on your toe, loosen up those hips, loosen up your arms. Make sure you got your dumbbells with you. It's dumbbell day. I don't have a creative name for Wednesday. Wild Wednesday? I don't know. It'll come to me during the workout. So we're going to go one more to each side. And then you're going to do some forward arm circles. So just nice and easy. They don't have to be huge circles. I like to do smaller circles. So you like doing crazy big circles, whatever, do that. You do you, right? Then you're going to reverse. Oh, yeah. That's where those muscles are going to be cracking. Right? We could just do this the whole time and it would burn. We're going to do 2 more here. Then you got chest openers. So hands are together. You'll come apart and squeeze. So as you're coming apart and squeezing, make sure you squeeze those shoulder blades. Right? You're kind of waking up those posture muscles. And my left shoulder doesn't like this, you know. Those old swimmer shoulders, they'll get you. So we got about 5 more here. And then we're going to keep on loosening up those arms. So we'll do, I don't know how many that was, 3, 2 more. Here's 1, here's 2. So now you're going to do front to back skier arms. You want to kind of have your hips back. And you're just letting your arms kind of relax out of that shoulder socket. And just going side to side, right? So we're trying to get those joints all loosened up and ready to roll here. And you want to have a soft bend in those knees, right? Because we're going to be hip hinging today. Yes, the hip hinge. And you're going to go speed skaters. So speed skaters are side to side. You want to try to touch that opposite hand up to the opposite shoulder. Can you do it? I don't know. I can. This is how you can tell my arms are really long. You're probably like, oh my gosh, how long are her arms? 6 feet long? Almost. You know? I may not be tall, but I can reach stuff up high. So we got about 10 more seconds here. And then we'll get our legs moving more. So we're going to go 1 more to each side, standing up nice and tall. And you're just going to do your high knee march, right? So it doesn't have to be fast. You're just mostly trying to get those legs moving. I like to have my hands just kind of right at my waist, just so my quad hits my hand, right? That's what everyone cool does. So if you don't do that, you know the rule, you're not cool. So, you know, I know. And if you can, so you could stay like this if you want to kind of test your balance a little more, you could do it up on your tiptoes. So you'd be doing a tiptoe march with it, and your heels are staying off the floor, right? So when you do the hip tiptoes, it messes with your balance, right? If you can't tell, I started going backwards, right? But you get it back. Right, and I actually have my thing tall enough so it's not going to cut off my head today. Isn't that fun? So we got 1 more to each leg, then you're going to do your butt kickers. So butt kickers, if you want to have your arms move with it, you can. It's kind of up to you. Whatever you like to do with your arms, you can, right? If you wanted them right behind your back, you can. If you want to kick your hands, I don't care, right? Whatever feels good. I usually kind of like to move my arms wide just so I can keep them moving and active. Okay. So we got about 10 more seconds here, and we're going to do some calf raises. Calf. Sound like I'm from Wisconsin, right? So we're going to go 1 more to each leg, and then we're going to do calf raises. So you're just going up on those tiptoes and back, right? Nice and controlled. So with your hands, again, do whatever I like to have them on my waist, right? So you can do what I do, or you can do whatever you want. I won't yell at you either way. So just every time you're going up, try to squeeze up top, slowly come down, and you're controlling, right? We got 15 seconds here. And then we go to our next move. We're just cruising right along today, right? Might as well just skip half the warm up today. So let's do 3 more here. Here's 1, here's 2, here's 3. So next one we're going to do is a hip hinge. So you're going to have your feet at least hip width apart. So this isn't a squat. As you fold at your waist, your hips press back. You're going to let your pinkies come down to about your knee or your shin. You're going to stand right back up. So it's kind of like if you're picking something up off the floor and back. So you should feel this in the backs of your legs, right? You want to make sure you're pushing your hips back as much as you can and then coming back, right? So you might be a little stiff. Those hamstrings might be tight, but this will help loosen you up before we get using this motion here. And if you kind of slightly look straight ahead as you come down, it's going to help you flatten your back and hold that posture, right? So you want your back nice and flat. So you can put a water bottle on top of your back and see what happens, right? Test it out. As long as it has ice in it. So we're gonna do about 10 more seconds of this, so you don't have to kind of just take your time. But again, don't feel like you have to go way, way low. Just go to about below your knee or to your knee, okay? So I'm gonna finish up this, our last one here. Then we're gonna come back up and we're gonna do a single leg calf raise. So right leg is gonna be doing the action, left leg is gonna be crossed over behind that right heel, and you're going up and down. So with this, it's a lot of balance. If you wanna hold on to something, you could, right? Just make sure it's near you, okay? And you might not go up as high, that's okay. Try to find a focal point and stick to it, because we are gonna do some balance work today. Yay, balance, right? So we got about 10 seconds and we're gonna switch legs. All right, I gotta make sure I keep my focal point, otherwise I'll fall over. Okay, you got 2 more, here's 1, here's 2, and we're gonna switch those legs. So left leg is doing the calving, right leg is behind. Calving, that's what I call it, it's a verb. I'm doing some calving today, calves. Okay, nice and controlled, find your focal point, right? I lost my focal point because I'm just babbling about calves. Okay, you're doing a great job. Nice and controlled. We've got 10 seconds. This leg doesn't burn me as much. My left calf must be just pure power, right? So 2 more there. There's 1. Here's 2. Then we're gonna relax. So we're gonna come back to our hip hinge. You're gonna hinge down so you've got your hips back, right? You're folded at the waist. You're just gonna alternate. You're gonna tap back one leg and then the other. So you're just tapping your toe, tapping your toes. So you want to make sure your knees are bent, right? If your knees hurt to be bent that much, you can do it a little bit more upright and just tap back, okay? So you're really just trying to stretch out that leg as far as you can to tap. I like to add in my arms just for a little bit of extra balance, but if that seems too complicated to you, go on your arms, okay? So you're just trying to tap back as far as you can, tap back as far as you can, right? So now what you're gonna do, you're gonna keep your right leg back. You're just gonna bring your right knee up and then tap. Right knee up and then tap, right? So your goal is to try not to have to tap your foot twice. But if you do, that's okay. You would just tap, tap, tap. Okay, so you're just extending to a high knee. Extending to a high knee. So lots of focus on this left leg here, right? Nice and controlled. Remember, if you need to be more upright, that's okay too. We've got 10 seconds. Then we're gonna switch legs, okay? Nice and controlled. We're gonna do 2 more. Here's 1, here's 2. Now we're gonna switch. So your right knee is bent, left leg taps to high knee, right? Tap to high knee, tap to high knee. Same thing, if you wanna use those arms, you can, right? It kind of looks like a running type motion, right? Or a Heisman, I don't know. So just nice and controlled. Okay, take your time. Remember, you wanna extend and bend. Okay, we got about 10 seconds. So right leg should be burning with it. You're gonna do 2 more. Here's 1, here's 2. And then we're gonna come up right here, and you're just gonna go side to side. You're gonna go wide and then wide, right? So we're shifting our weight. We're getting our center of balance, and your glutes get to hang out. So you gotta make sure your foot comes down before you go out to the other side, right? Otherwise, you'd probably fall over if you didn't know that, okay? We got 10 seconds and we're gonna get rolling, right? This is just enough to kind of wake up those hips, okay? So let's do 3 more. Here's 1, here's 2, here's 3. All right, so we're gonna grab both dumbbells. So our first one we're gonna do here is gonna be a deadlift to an upright row, okay? So you're doing that hip hinge, your arms straight down. You're gonna hinge down, your hips come back, you'll stand up. You'll come into an upright row, so you'll be like this. Elbows come out to the side, weights come up straight, right? So hip hinge, stand up, upright row, right? That's what your upright row looks like there. Okay, ready? And go. So you're gonna do your hip hinge. You'll stand up, upright row, right? Bring those weights down. Hip hinge, up, upright row. Okay, so you're combining 2 moves. Make sure that you're pressing those hips back, right? Try not to turn this into a squat. Your body's gonna want to, but you wanna focus on using those hamstrings and glutes for this motion. Okay, nice and controlled, right? Core is staying tight. You wanna look slightly straight ahead as you're going down. right? And then elbows go wide as you pull up. Isn't that fun? Sure is. Okay, we got about 30 seconds here. 30 seconds of fun. Right, nobody wants to have to count these. I don't want to have to count. So taking your time again, if at any point today, if 2 dumbbells feels like too much, you can use 1, okay? Doing a great job, we got 10 seconds. All right, that went fast already. So let's do 2 more. Here's 1, come down, up, there's 2. Okay, so next move that we have, we're gonna do a step back. So we're gonna step back with our right leg. You're gonna row, do 2 tricep kickbacks, come right back up, and we repeat, just your right leg, okay? So step back, row, 2 kickbacks, right? And then come back up, okay? Step back, row, into 2 kickbacks, right? And then come down. Step back, row, kickbacks, and then come in, right? Isn't that fun? Because we didn't get enough triceps in yesterday, okay? Nice and controlled, right? You got 3 different moves here. You step, you row, then you kick back, right? Talk about a good time. Okay, you're doing a great job. Keep those elbows tucked in tight, right? Controlling that weight, okay? This is our last one on this side. Then we're gonna switch legs, same arm motion. So tap the left leg back. You're gonna row, 2 kickbacks, then you're gonna come back in, okay? Step back, row, 2 kickbacks, come back in. Step back, row, 2 kickbacks, come back in, right? This move's gonna haunt you today. Okay, you're doing a great job. We got 15 seconds left. Then we go to our next move, okay? Holding on to it. Keep on breathing. Okay, let's do 1 more here, right? And you'll do your 2 kickbacks, then you'll relax. Okay, next one we have, we're going back to a deadlift. This time you're gonna do a curl to press, right? So we got that hip hinge. You'll stand up, curl, press, come back, down. Hip hinge, come up, curl, press, back, down, right? So hips press back, you stand up, curl, press, back, down, right? So take your time. This isn't a fast move. You wanna go step by step so you can focus on that form. Okay, nice and controlled, right? If you go too fast, it's not gonna feel good, right? Make sure you're really pressing those hips back as you go into that hip hinge, right? And you're controlling those weights on the way down, okay? Nice and controlled. Go at a pace that you feel like you can maintain because you're gonna do this for a whole big bad minute, okay? So you're already halfway through, so that's good news, right? Pressing those hips back. Each time you go down into that hip hinge, you can see if you can go down a little bit further, right? Nice and controlled. Make sure you're breathing. We're gonna do 2 more. Here's our hinge, curl, press, coming back down. Last one, hip hinge, curl, press, back down, and relax. Okay, so next one you're gonna do a side lunge. So side lunge, sometimes it can hurt people's knees, so I'm gonna show you the 2 variations. So option number 1 is you would step into that side lunge with your right leg at bends. You'll do a curl, you come back, and you would alternate here, okay? If your knees don't like that, you're gonna step wide, curl, come back, step wide, curl, okay? So don't do the side lunge if you feel like your knees won't let you, okay? Ready? And go. So you do that side lunge, your knee bends, curl, back, come to the middle, side lunge, curl, back. So if you're doing that side lunge, make sure you've got those hips pressed back and you're powering off that leg, okay? If you're not doing that side lunge, you're still stepping wide, curling, and still push off that leg, right? You just don't have the side lunge portion. And unfortunate for you, that means you'll probably get more bicep curls in. Okay, but whichever variation you need to do, stick to it. If you start off doing side lunges and need to modify, that's okay too. Okay, keep on moving. Oh boy, I'll tell you, our arms are going to be burning up. Mine are. Okay, we got 15 seconds. Make sure you're keeping weight in that heel as you side lunge down. Okay, you're doing a great job. Keep on moving. Right, one more to each side. Here's one. Here's two. And relax. Okay. Next one, you've got one dumbbell. And guess what? We are doing triceps. Okay, so right arm is going to have the weight. The left leg is going to stay forward. You're going to have your right arm, or right leg is back. So what you're going to do is you're going to start with your elbow bent. You're going to kick back and lift. Kick back and lift. If the lift feels like too much with the leg, don't add it in, right? Just do tiptoe. Okay, ready and go. So kick back and lift and in. So on this, your left leg is going to be your supporting factor. So you got to bend that knee, right? You got to hold that posture. Okay, again, if you need something to help you balance, right? Here I am using a wall. And guess what? It's still plenty hard. Okay, you can use a wall, chair. Probably don't use a dog or a person. Okay, two more here. Here's one. Here's two. Now we're going to switch. Left arm, left leg. Right knee is bent. Ready? And go. So you're kicking back and down. Back and down. Okay? So remember, if you modify, just keep that left toe down and focus on the kickback. Your legs being apart like that is still going to challenge your balance. Okay? Nice and controlled. Right? And it feels good too. I know, you don't have to tell me. Okay, you're doing a great job. We got about 5 seconds, almost fell over. Let's do two more. Here's one, two, you're gonna relax. Okay, so what we're gonna do, you're gonna have both dumbbells. This is a shoulder press though, so if two feels like too much, you can go down to one. So weights are gonna start at your shoulder. You're gonna step back with your right leg, press up, come back, step back with the left, press, and come back. So we're still going for that huge range of motion with it. Ready? And go, right? So step, press, back. Step, press, back. So when your back leg is back, make sure your front leg is stabilizing. You want a nice bend. Okay, nice and controlled. You're stepping and pressing. So on this, if you wanted to make it harder, you could do a lunge instead of just a step. Right? But the lunge steps it up quite a bit. Okay? And just doing that step is plenty hard too. Right? Because when you have a heavy weight like this, it's going to mess with your balance. Okay, nice and controlled. Stepping and pressing. Whew, I'm sweating. Just a little bit. Okay, we got about 15 seconds. Doing a great job. Powering through, right? You are almost there. Right? So we got one more to each side. Right? Here's one. Press back in. Here's two. Press back in. And relax. So this next one, we're going to do a single leg deadlift. So you have the option. You can use 2 dumbbells or 1. I'm going to use 2 because this is my favorite exercise. So your right leg is going to stay put. You're going to come down with your weight. Your left leg will kick up. You'll come up nice and tall. Okay? So I'll show you that again. You're going to slightly bend. You'll come down and up. So if you feel like, hey, my balance isn't ready for that, that's fine. Tap that leg down and then come up. Okay? So left leg is going to be moving. Right leg stays put. Ready? So I'll start modified. Go for it. So if you're modifying, just tap that left toe down, hinge down, come right back up, right? Tap your left toe down, hinge down, come right back up. Okay, if you want to make it harder, your left leg just kicks out into the air, and then it comes right back. Okay, so we'll do whichever variation feels better to you. Okay, you're doing a great job. Nice and control. Right, so these are all about control. You probably should do less, right? And if you're doing less, that means you are focusing on the control of it. Okay, you're doing a great job. Make sure you're breathing. Okay, you're gonna do 2 more. Here's 1. Coming back, here's my last 1. 2, coming back. So now we're gonna switch. Left leg's in charge, right leg kicks back. Go for it, right? So it might take a few to get ready, right? My left leg was just like, no, we're not doing that. Okay, nice and controlled. Holding on to that motion, right? Remember, you can tap your right toe back and hinge, right? You might be good on one side, and the other side's like, no, 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 no. I don't think so. Okay, but take your time with this motion. It is hard. So if you think like, this is hard, this is impossible, I can't do this, don't say that. You can. Just gotta modify. Right? This is a hard move. There is a lot to it. Okay? So try not to get discouraged with this move. Right? Trust me, this move's hard for everyone. Right? Nobody's a robot to it. Okay, we got 2 more. Here's 1. Here's 2. And you're gonna relax. Right? My watch goes, hold on. Okay, so your next move we're gonna be in our hip hinge, and we're gonna do what's called a piston row. So weights are down, you're gonna alternate your arms so they're reciprocating. So that means they're never gonna be in the same spot at the same time. Ready, and go. So you're pumping your arms, right? Going side to side at a pretty quick pace here. Okay, you're doing a great job. Keep those hips pressed back, head's not hanging down, right? Pumping those arms. Elbows are staying tucked in tight. We're almost there. You got 15 seconds. Ooh. Keep breathing. Keep rowing. All right, 10 seconds to go to our next move. We're doing a big bad finisher here. Okay, got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we got bicep blasters. So same thing. Arms are pumping. Okay, so try to go a little bit quicker than normal. Remember, hands are not in the same spot at the same time. Weights are always passing each other. Okay, keep on moving, 15 seconds. Core is tight, shoulders are relaxed. I'm sweating up a storm. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Weights come up top. You're doing shoulder blasts. Boom, boom, boom. Right? It's like fist pumps here. Whew. Stay tall, tall, tall. Core is tight, tight, tight. Okay, you're doing a great job. You got 15 seconds. Keep working through. Keep breathing. Keep burning. You can do it. Right, you got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax those arms. So now what we're going to do, we got one last move because it's fun. We're going to go back to our single leg deadlift, but we're going to make it more fun. So if you're modifying, you're going to have your left leg staying put. Your right leg is going to pick up and back as you hold. Okay? If you want it more challenging, you're going to come down a little bit more and you're not going to let that leg go all the way to the floor. Okay? So the key to this is range of motion. The larger you go, the harder it is. But you want to slightly lean forward into that left leg. Okay? So right leg's back. You can start small. Right? Try to keep that leg nice and straight. If you hinge more forward, then you're at that larger range of motion. Okay? Control, control, control. Okay, you're doing a great job. Keep breathing. Right? You got about 10 seconds here. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're gonna relax. We got our other side. So right leg's in charge. Left leg's back. You're gonna hinge. Start small. Right, and then if you're ready, lean forward. Go larger. Okay, hanging on to it. Keep on breathing. Keep that core tight. Find that focal point. Right? 10 seconds. Whoo-wee. I got sweat in my eye. It's burning. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. You're all done. You did it. Ooh, I tripped on my leg. That's all.